Hello, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Ibrahim Khalil, here to present this comparative analysis of flexible pavement design methods using fuzzy pyramid. The outline, introduction, fuzzy pyramid, aims and objectives, methods, results, and conclusions. Flexible pavements is a structure designed for a certain period known as design life to resist traffic and the environmental effects. The structure is designed to safeguard the subgrade and maintain safety and the cost of operation within a reasonable limit. The fundamental inputs for the design pavements include strength of the subgrade, environmental conditions, strength of the layer materials, and the predicted traffic load. Pavements is one of the most expensive elements of road constructions apart from bridges and viaducts. Therefore, selection of pavement design methods that will provide the required function at optimum cost is essential. Fuzzy pyramid is preference ranking organization methods for enrichment evaluations developed by Brands et al. For making decisions where various alternatives exist. The procedure was based on comparing pair of alternatives with respect to some selected criteria. The fuzzy pyramid combines both pyramid and the logic, fuzzy logic. The basic steps in the pyramid are: first, you need for each criteria determine a specific preference function. Then you determine the weights of each criteria. For all the alternatives, you define the outranking relations, determine the leaving and entering outranking flows, and then determine the net outranking flow for each alternative. So the one with the highest value will be the most preferred alternative. So the objective of the research is to compare the suitability of different flexible pavement design methods for the design of flexible road pavements in Nigeria using fuzzy pyramid. So the methods considered are the Ashwell Institute method, Ashton 1993 method, California Berry ratio method, the group index method, the HVIM design method, HD26 method, road note 29. So the methodology, we design flexible pavements using 7 different methods, and we use fuzzy scale to develop the priority scale for each criteria. And then Visual Pyramid Decision Lab program was then applied to do the computations. So the linguistics fuzzy scales used here are this triangular fuzzy scale was used, and the factors considered to be very high are thickness, environmental considerations in the design, then the base CBR, then important factors is the pavement performance, the medium, high traffic, ability to use that method in designing road with high traffic, then the sub-base CBR, and the design life is considered to be low. The design parameters for this were obtained from a research conducted by Yahya in Nigeria, where they have in this road an average daily traffic of 4,929 passenger car per day, and the subgrade CBR was 13%. The traffic growth in the design area is 7.5 for the design life, and 20 years was selected as the design life. Then the sub-base and the base materials with CBR of 25% and 100% were used where applicable for all methods. So this is just like the criteria. Here we can see that we have about 8 criteria, that is the thickness, the design life, minimum CBR value, minimum base, recommended for traffic, maximum or low, then the pavement performance, then the environmental conditions. And the weights are assigned. For when we have a very high value, we use a value of 0.29 as presented in the fuzzy linguistic scales used. And for all the methods, they are presented, all the values are presented. So after we have these parameters, these criteria, we put this value in the lab, the Promisey lab program, So it computes the the positive outflow ranking, the negative outflow ranking, and the net flow. As it can be seen here, the rod knot 29 has the highest net flow value. That means it is the most preferred method for designing flexible pavements in Nigeria. And this is just like from the program, this is the net flow diagram. So in conclusion, the fuzzy problem is a decision-making technique proven to be effective in selecting most preferred method for designing pavements, flexible pavements. In this research, using the fuzzy probability, rod 29 was found to be the best method, then HD 26 the second. But we prefer that HD 2601 should be adopted for designing flexible pavements in Nigeria, even though it is the second, because it can be designed, it can be used to design roads for a very long design life of 40 years, which is double that of the rod 29. And the rod 29 proved from literature that completely the road fails after 20 years. But the HD 26, it can last for a very long time. And now, recently, the target is like to design perpetual roads, a road that can last for 100 years or more, because to reduce the cost of construction and the inconveniences caused by the reconstruction processes. Thank you.